So, I was earlier, if you guys were tuned in to my lives earlier, I was in a space. I was in one of these angry tether spaces. I was just kind of listening in. There was somebody sent me a link into because I really don't go into these spaces like that because what happens when I go in these rooms, they start blowing up, and it was only like 100 people in there. Then when I went in there, a bunch of people followed me in there, so it swelled up to like 800 people, and it was very chaotic. I was trying to hear what they had to say. It was like one of these um, diaspora discussions where you had some people from the diaspora or who lived somewhere else, but they're from the diaspora. And they were saying some things about foundational Black Americans. And, the dialogue wasn't really as constructive. It was just basically a bunch of tether babble, to be honest. It was a whole, what's up, Afro Elite? What's up, Juicy? It really got into a bunch of tether babble. And that's what happens with a lot of those spaces. Um, and we've shut down a lot of those spaces by shutting down their talking points. But every now and then they'll have a secret space where they get together and just basically whine and babble about foundational Black Americans. That's the gist of it. It's basically a bunch of folks getting together who are living over here or in the UK, just spewing a bunch of anti-FBA rhetoric, pretending that we are somehow doing something to them. And when we ask, hey, what is it that we're exactly doing? It just becomes the same old, well, I was called a booty scratcher. You niggas are complaining about me. And no. It's a lot of projection and a lot of whining. And that's one thing about the tether class. The tether class, they do a lot of whining, especially the men. I will say that's how you can tell a tether dude. That's one thing about FBA brothers. They don't whine to other dudes like that. The tether dudes are major whiners, and they whine to other Black men. And that's a cultural thing because you can't really, you need somebody to whine to. You can't whine to the white people because over there, white people are worshipped. So you're not going to whine to white people. You're not going to make no complaints or any grievances with them. When white people show up, that means Jesus has shown up. So you're not going to whine to them. You can't whine to your woman over there. Umchuke don't want to hear that shit. Yeah, when you get to whining to her, that makes her want to go get a white zaddy. Umchuke don't want to hear you whining. So basically, they have a culture of just whining to other Black men. That's a cultural thing that a lot of tethers do because they have nobody else to whine to. They have to whine to other Black males, and then they come over here whining to us. Nigga, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear no dudes coming whining to us. Just get your stuff together, man up, and boss up. We don't want to hear that. But these are very interesting spaces that they have on these apps. And I don't even do Clubhouse. Clubhouse is just, it's tether babble central. I don't do Clubhouse at all. It's nothing but incessant tether babble, and they babble about a whole bunch of nothing. And some of the talking points are very interesting. When I was in the space earlier, we keep hearing the same lies about the culture, how they got this culture and we don't. And then we explain what our culture is, they get to babbling, and then when we ask what their culture is, they start lying about you. One lie that we always hear, I've heard often, about how they know their lineage back thousands of years. Family, don't ever let them tell that damn lie. Don't let nobody over there from any part of the diaspora, don't let any of them, and the only exception would be possibly Ethiopia, but don't let them, and even then, they don't have records like that, so that's not really an exception, because yeah, they don't even have birth records like that. Like most of Africa, they don't really have birth records. But yeah, if they tell a lie that they can trace their lineage back some 3,000 years or 2,000 years, horse crap. That's all cap. They cannot trace that back. They can't even trace that back really a few decades. Don't let them run these lies. See, a lot of them are upset because we're stopping all of these lies. It's everybody, it's time to just put everything on the table and just be straight up and down about a lot of stuff. Let's stop the lies. And I'm talking just about the tether class. Some of our riders, some of our brothers and sisters from the diaspora who are riders, we rock with you. We still rock with you. But the lying, scamming tethers, that's just not going to happen. We're not going to sit around and let them tether, babble, and lie. We're going to check everything. Everybody's getting checked. All the lying and scamming, that's going to stop. We're stopping all of that stuff. Speaking of lying and scamming, have y'all seen this video? There's a video that's circulating, and the gist of the video is never judge a book by its cover. And the video has this white boy. He's going around interviewing people. I think that's his whole shtick. He goes around and he interviews random people to see what they do for a living. And it. I think the whole gist of it is to see how a person's looks might contradict what they do for a living. I think at one point, the guy in one video I saw, they were knocking on people's doors asking them what they did for a living. And they went to one white man's house and he was like, yeah, I own such and such, and I own part of Microsoft. Just stuff like that, just random people. It's an interesting thing. So they walked up on this one brother down in Texas, and they asked him what he did. And the brother looked a little dusty, had on a, like a little regular thrown on shirt, and his hair wasn't cut. And he's like, "What do you do?" Well, he's like, "Well, I do investments, and I was one of the earlier investors in Snapchat, and I'm worth probably around 400 million, something like that." And brother was very articulate and talking about his portfolio and all of the things that he invested in. Have y'all seen that video? It's circulating. So the name of it is, the whole gist of it is, hey man, you never judge a book by its cover. There's people out here who's rich, and you never know that they're rich. So, um, as the video circulated, the truth about the dude came out. The dude is basically a known scammer out there in Texas. Like, this nigga is a known scammer. This nigga is a known pathological liar. There's people have been exposing this dude locally for being a big ass liar. Everything is capped. That nigga, people have posted up his jail record of the nigga scamming and finessing. And, nobody knows where the nigga's from. Um, some people said he might be Caribbean based on the vibe. We don't know his name. I forgot what his name was. But we got to understand, man, with the internet, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of illusions, and there's a lot of false narratives put out there. And you got to watch what somebody says on this damn internet. Just because they say it on the internet, it has to be fact checked on real life terms, man. Because the internet is a hotbed for finessing, scamming, um, tether traps. So we really have to do our due diligence out here when we get information. We really have to cross-reference stuff like that, because there's a lot of janky behavior on these internet streets. Speaking of janky behavior, family, did y'all see that Sukihana quote unquote sex clip? Ugh. Uh, she. I don't even probably. I kind of don't want to talk about it, but since it's something that was trending earlier, Suki was trending, the gutter trashy rapper, quote unquote. So I guess she has an OnlyFans, and she was doing a solo fondling video, and it was supposed to be squirting, but basically it was a bunch of cloudy piss. And a lot of folks are commenting on it, talking about how disgusting it is. Basically, she's doing a solo fondling thing with her cash and prizes all in the camera. It's way too close. Some of y'all might not have seen it. For those who have seen it, it's pretty disgusting. My computer screen still has a little stench to it. So I guess she was supposed to do a squirt video, but it was really her doing hard peeing, and her pee was cloudy and dirty looking. It looked like sewer water. Listen, these hood rats, y'all need to stop drinking so much Hennessy. Y'all hood rats need to drink water. I done said that a million times. Hood rats won't drink water for shit. Y'all piss be looking a mess. Y'all drink Sunny Delight, apple juice, Hennessy, Alizé. Y'all hood rats, please drink more water. It's your skin is all dry. Your pee is cloudy. Good Lord. Please drink more water to wash the weed and blunt smell and fibers out of your system. That's disgusting. There's nothing sexy about that. Some of the stuff that's being done now, it's not even sexy. I've been saying that. All of the twerking and all of the so-called sexual degenerate behavior, it's nothing sexy about it. I saw a video the other day, some chicks twerking. It was at some patio outside somewhere. They were twerking and dancing. It was about 10 of them just going crazy with the twerking and rolling all around on the ground. There's nothing sexy about that. There's nothing sexy about rolling around on a dirty ass ground popping your ass. There's nothing sexy about that. To me, let me say that because there are new niggas out here. Let me talk to the dudes. Are y'all niggas finding this stuff sexy? Women rolling around on the ground like roaches? Do y'all find that sexy? Because I do know a strong face in a BBL is a nigga's kryptonite today. Niggas love a strong horse face and a big ass. Y'all love that. Some of y'all niggas love that. Somebody's keeping these ugly monster face, big booty ass chicks afloat. Y'all keeping them afloat. That's the nigga's kryptonite. Strong face. The face has to be strong and the ass has to be big. If she's too pretty, that turns niggas off. The face has to be kind of strong. Because I look at social media, the real pretty girls with the nice shapes, they get a few likes, but boy, let her have a big, strong ass Riddick Bowe face with a Kim Kardashian ass. Boy, she gets 2 million likes. Y'all niggas trying to get her flued out. Y'all flying these ugly motherfuckers all over the country. What's happening with niggas out here? I gotta talk to the dudes. What's happening with y'all? When did strong face, big booties become the new sex symbol? And that's the thing. The face has to be strong. Even if they get some work done, even if they get their teeth done, it looks like a orangutan with a big white row of teeth with a big ass. It don't do shit to improve the face. And niggas still be on that. What's going on in these streets out here? Speaking of big, wide back and strong face, what's going on, Giselle? I see you in here. Giselle, hop on and say what you got to say real quick. All right? Just say what you got to say real quick. Real quick, please.
First off, it's cancer season. Tariq, you didn't tell me you were a cancer.
Yes, I am. Yes,
You
I
know,
am.
I'm a cancer as well, and very much on subject. Of course, you know I'm the TS, every girl's dream, every man's fantasy. So
Mhm.
you know I got flew out for my birthday, all expenses paid. Soho Manhattan Hotel. You know, Wagyu steak for my birthday dinner. You know, shopping. You know, I got a couple new bags.
Right.
So yeah,
So yeah, you went.
period.
They flew you out to New
And
York. They flew you out to New York.
first class flight. You
Yeah.
know, I can
Because,
touch the pilot.
yes,
Okay.
indeed. Yeah, they flew you out because they needed a float for the Fourth of July parade. So they flew your ass on some strings all up and down Park Avenue. So that's what happened.
And you mentioned having like a large butt.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no, no, no. I don't want to
just
hear it. I don't want to hear it.
just
I don't want to hear it. I
just
don't want to hear it. I 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 just ate. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut it off. I don't even want to get to hear it. I don't even want that to enter my eardrums. I don't want to hear it. I don't want a damn visual. Please, no, thank you. Ugh, God. Okay, let me get some folks up in here, man. Let me get some folks in here. Let's bring some some balance and order up in here. Let's get some balance and order. Let me talk to the family. And by the way, guys, the announcement for our deodorant is coming soon. That's still coming. The announcement for our deodorant is coming soon. We're going to announce that. We're going to launch that in a couple of weeks. So y'all stay tuned for that. That's going to be phenomenal. Also, man, I think what we decided to do the next event at the museum, which is going to be August 12th, Saturday, August 12th. The tickets go on sale next week. I think we're going to have a rap contest, man. I'm going to try that. I think we're going to have a rap. I want to hear some new rhymers out here Saturday the 12th. Yeah, we're going to have a rap contest. Um, See who's thorough. Have people come up there spit 2 minutes, see what they got, and the winner, we give them $500, something like that. But yeah, we want to see some of the new spitters out here in LA. So we're gonna have a rap contest, and we're gonna have the comedy show, and we do our thing, the party, and we do our thing. So y'all stay tuned for that. The announcement for the tickets to go on sale at the Hidden History Museum at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. If you are a spitter, if you can rhyme, y'all need to come on through. Let's see what you got. We need some new, some fresh spitters out here to see who we got. All right, let's get some folks on the phone. Let's get a caster. Let's get a caster on here. What's up, a caster?
Hey Tariq, so I've been having an issue on these Twitter Spaces with a known Desiree Lazada. She's a Hispanic prostitute that's been convicted multiple
Oh,
times of
okay.
prostitution.
Wait. Who are these people? Y'all be no. I don't want y'all to use my platform to take shots at each other because I don't know none of these people, and I don't know if it's confirmed. I don't know what.
No,
That's a
no,
personal
no,
beef. No.
it's confirmed. It's confirmed. She's been setting up a lot of FBA men on this app, putting these crazy jackets by basically photoshopping text between so-called underage boys and our proud FBA
Okay.
men. She is a known gutter rat, and I just want everyone to be
Okay.
on the lookout for
Okay.
her.
Okay. That's personal beefs. I don't know what that is. No. No, I don't know. I don't want people to bring no personal beefs in here. Got to have order. I don't know none of this stuff. I don't know who these people are. We don't want no personal stuff in here. I like to have order because I was in a room earlier and it was just no order, just tether babble, um, the Uber engine running. It was just so much noise. If y'all were in the room earlier, in the tether room, it was chaos. It's just like the immigration office, just babbling, crying, whining, janky phones, niggas' phones all janky, and it's just crazy and musty. But yeah, we got order in here. I don't want just things to be thrown all in the air. I like to have order in here. And I don't know who that woman is. I don't want to disparage anybody, and we don't know anything about the situation. Let's get charcuterie. What's your name, brother? I can't pronounce your name, but go ahead. Charcuterie.
Peace, peace to you, brother Tariq. What's happening with you?
My man, I'm good, sir. Where you from, sir?
Man, first of all, man, from Atlanta, Georgia, man, born in that town, fresh FBA, you know what I'm talking about, full-blooded
Yes, sir.
American,
Yes,
you know what
sir.
I'm
My
saying?
man. Yes, sir.
You did, man. I just wanted to say, first of all, oh yeah, shout out to my girl Juicy Genius down there. She know who I am, you know what I'm saying? That's my home girl.
Yes,
Uh
sir.
yeah, I just wanted to say, Hood Soul Day belated to you. I caught bits and pieces of the comedy show. I was checking it out. I definitely want to come out there and check out the museum, man. I want to get on the mic my damn self and kick some
No
shit
doubt.
when I come out there. Whenever I come out there, man, just save a spot for your boy. That's all I'm saying. I'm just
My man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Shout out to Atlanta. I made a joke about Atlanta the other day where the dude had a gun between his legs, and I was like, yeah, this how niggas in Atlanta rob you. And my Atlanta folks was like, oh, don't do me like that, shout it. Don't do it like that. Shout. Listen. Y'all know how Atlanta is. There's two Atlantas. Let's be very clear. All right. Let's be clear. Let's be real clear. When we clown Atlanta, there are two Atlantas, and I've said this multiple times. There are two Atlantas, and I want people to understand this. When you speak about what's going on in Atlanta, you have the Atlanta of the natives who are from Atlanta, all right, and then you have the transplants who come down there and claim to be from Atlanta. They are completely damn different. Like night and damn day, they're different. That's why Amaretta made that song. You not Atlanta. You not Atlanta. Listen, the people from Atlanta, from Georgia, with roots, foundational Black Americans from Georgia, completely different, solid people. Some of the most solid people on the damn planet. You don't get no more solid than an FBA from Atlanta. The problem is all these weird niggas ain't from Atlanta. All the weirdo shit you see down in Atlanta now, these niggas are transplants, man. You notice they didn't came from somewhere else. See, because Atlanta was such a fly spot in the 80s, 90s, and people saw how fly it was, and they saw the beautiful hospitality of the locals. Everybody was like, hell, we need to go down there. And then what happened? It was flooded with weirdos. Yeah. Everybody was moving down to Atlanta in the 90s. Hell, I moved down there for a couple of years. I loved it down there, but I started missing LA, so I came on back. But Atlanta, everybody was moving to Atlanta. It was a popping spot in the 90s, and everybody saw how fly the people were, and everybody flooded the zone. Unfortunately, all the weirdos packed up and went down there. All the weird niggas. So it's a whole different vibe. Just so you understand, it's two Atlantas, dude. But I digress. Let's get some more people in here. It's a lot of folks in here. Let's get Ant CEO. Ant CEO, what's happening? Ant CEO.
Flex, what's the word? You can hear me?
My man, I can hear you. How are you, sir?
What's going on? What's up with the fam?
Man, we good. We good. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be quick. I was in the last space you was in, and just to answer the question for any others that what Black culture is, and I got one more question to ask you after that, Tariq. For what Black culture is the same reason why you got a lot of people that come over here and cosplay our culture. So Black culture is when you watch a Burna Boy video and he got chains and he wearing the way he dressed and the way he present himself. That's all Black culture. What we do, the way we
Oh,
speak to each other, dapping each other up, the food that we eat. AAVE. If you're from New York, if you're from Chicago, if you're from Cleveland, if you're from Texas, if you're from Cali, that's Black culture. We able to speak with each other, we able to dialogue with each other, and not actually be from where we from. That's our culture. The same culture why a bunch of Mexicans come over here and they act exactly like a black man. The same culture
mm-hmm.
they all these Hispanic women that come over here and try to lay the blueprint like a black woman. That's our culture. But then the last point to get off that, because I know we got other people trying to come up. You got to connect with Corey Holcomb. I want to see if you was gonna try to go back on 5150.
Yeah, I am, and we've been trying to get Corey to come up to the our comedy vibe at the spot. But yeah, Corey's
Yeah,
my
most
guy,
definitely.
and I do got to get on there and chop it up with my brother, man. I love Corey, but thank you so much. Let's get Juicy Genius,
Hey,
the lovely Juicy Genius.
peace
What's
and
up, dear?
power, King Tariq. How you doing? Happy belated birthday to you and the baby girl.
Thank,
Haven't been on the
thank you
spaces
so
for a
much.
while, but I'm so glad you stated what you said about Atlanta. Just wanted to say this quick point that Atlantans, born and raised Atlantans, really feel like the Southern culture has been completely diluted because all these people
Yeah,
have just came and kind of washed the Southern culture, that hospitality, that culture, that vibe that the South of Atlanta represented. So I'm so glad you said that point. I just wanted to come up here and say that point real quick.
yes, indeed. And thank you so much, beloved. I appreciate you, Miss Juicy. All right, let's get Nikita. Nikita, you can turn your microphone on, Nikita. That would be phenomenal. I see there's the thing is spinning, so Nikita's having a struggle with their phone. So we're waiting on Nikita to hop on. While we're waiting on Nikita, let's get Sir Major in the mix. Mr. Sir Major, hop on, sir. Sir
What up, though?
Major.
What up, though? Um,
What's up,
and not
fam?
much, man. A couple different issues, man. First thing, Biden is losing his marbles. I think he's already lost them. Alzheimer's is kicking him in the ass. You saw when when he went over to the UK, the King's Guard had to stop him so he didn't venture too far off in the yard. Um,
Oh, damn.
my man Skip Bayless, man, he's begging, he's pandering for black support. He mistreated our brother Shannon Sharp. And now he's begging for the coon of the century, Charles Barkley, to come join him on the show. And then last but not
Hilarious.
least, Chicago. 4 Chicago PD officers were all fired and soon to be arrested for having sex with migrant uh, immigrants who come over
Oh,
to this
I
country.
heard about that.
Yeah. What are
Yeah.
your thoughts?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, man. Yeah, they getting these folks over here and they're doing something strange for a little piece of change. And they out here setting them out. It's a cluster flop. It's some crazy stuff going on. They're bringing the migrants over here and setting them out. It's crazy. I don't want my tax dollars to pay off no damn trick bill. Family, out of our Chicago family, those are your tax dollars going for those cops out there. You're not using your tax dollars for them to trick off on Guadalupe. That's not what it is, man. We got to start saying something. Hey, man, this is not what it is. We're not trying to get down like this. That's why we got to get our reparations thing popping. And speaking of reparations, out here, they had a story with the LA Times talking about, yeah, black people in California want reparations, but what about the indigenous people? What about them? They already get money. The so-called red indigenous people, which many of them ain't even indigenous. You got a bunch of $5 Indians out here who are not really indigenous, nor do they have real ties to the land at all. But I digress. But the people who are connected to these tribes, they already get federal dollars, state dollars. They get tax-free status. You got these Indian casinos all over the state of California. So what are they talking about? The whole vibe is not about them. They already know that these people get benefits and set asides and tax free. They already know they do. The name of the game is to just deflect from us. So anytime we are the focal point, everything has to become all about deflecting, 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 deflecting. You got to deflect into something else. And we're not letting anybody deflect into something else. We're laser focused on our lineage. We are laser focused on our lineage. That's why the conversation is still going strong, because we've done something that we haven't done in a long time. Just focus on the damn lineage. We've been sitting here doing this minority thing, this people of color thing. And when we say that, hey, I'm a person of color, I'm East Indian, and we need something. And then we sit here caping for these people. And then when we say, hey, where's our money? Where's our benefits? And they look at us and they say, well, hell, you said you wanted people of color to get it. I'm a person of color. You helped me get it. So what you complaining about? So they've been rubbing that little game in our face for a long time, and then getting behind closed doors like, tee hee hee hee, yeah, we got them. Well, you ain't getting us this time. Yeah, we're not letting nobody crowbar nothing into the mix right now. We're talking about foundational Black American lineage, aka descendants of slaves, aka descendants of freedmen, all of that. We use those terms interchangeably depending on the setting and the location. We use those terms interchangeably. Yeah, that's what we're focusing on. All right, let's